course, as a lot of these emergency officials have been briefing over the last few days, they've been saying the difference with this tropical storm is, unlike an earthquake, we can prepare for it. So we can get stuff in place. They literally have been saying that throughout the morning today.
Certainly.
And then as they're all standing by at the Emergency Operations Center, here comes an earthquake. A reminder that you cannot prepare for an earthquake. Mincy, one of our viewers in Santa Clarita, joins us now by phone. She's dealing with both of these things, as we all are today. Mincy, thanks for being with us. Can you talk about, first off, what the earthquake felt like for you?
Yes, I'm currently in Santa Clarita, and I was on the phone with my mom, and I'm downstairs, and it really felt really jolty for a long time. It lasted about maybe 5-6 seconds. Very heavy. I thought the epicenter was in Santa Clarita. But it lasted a little longer than I would like it to do. So, but it was scary.
Yeah, we felt the same in the Fox 11 newsroom in West Los Angeles as well. Mincy, any damage to your home at all?
No damage. Thankfully, I don't have any pictures on the wall yet, but no damage. A couple of my neighbors said that their picture frames fell off the wall, but no major damage right now.
Okay, good. We're always happy to hear that. Now, in terms of Tropical Storm Hilary, what's the rain like there?
Right now, it's really heavy. A lot of my neighbors are having flooding in their backyard, and we live in a community, and on our street, it's flooding. We have a lot of mudslides in front of our neighbors' houses, and it looks like waterfalls. And it's coming down the street. And so the neighbors, the men in our neighborhood are now with shovels, there's fire departments, and they're shoveling all the mud to try to get it out from flooding their houses.
Oh, wow. Okay. Obviously, you've been heeding the warnings as we've been talking about this for a couple of days now. How did you prepare for today? And is that panning out for you?
Honestly, just stayed in the house.
Good.
Because we live on a hill, we thought that the water would come down the hill. So it's not affecting us too much, but we didn't think about the other houses that are above us. So right now I'm just grateful to be at the bottom of the hill and the water's rolling down, but I feel like there's no way to prepare for flooding. You can put sandbags, all that stuff, but the amount of rain is so unpredictable.
Right. And if it really, really gets bad, the only thing you can do is to get out.
Right.
How are you processing both of these things, this earthquake and this storm happening at the same time?
It's a little unnerving because in California we don't get this type of weather, especially in the summertime. So it's just, well, one, I still have PTSD from the Northridge earthquake. So every time I feel an earthquake, I feel like that's going to happen again. And just the rain, I feel like we're here, and this is what, with climate, this is what we expect. I'm just glad that it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Well,
Mincy, before we let you go, are we hearing little voices in the background?
Yeah, I have a 3-year-old, and she's been wanting to go outside to jump in the puddles.
I was going to ask, how are the little ones doing?
She's enjoying the rain. She's been asking for rain for about 2 weeks. So I told her earlier that she brought it on. But she's
our little
enjoying
rain
it,
goddess, yeah.
Yeah, and thankfully she did not notice the earthquake while she was watching her iPad.
Okay, the power of the iPad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mincy, be well, stay safe, and if you're able to take any pictures today, we'd love to see what's going on from there.
I'm gonna send them out to you guys, video and pictures.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mincy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, so to wrap things up for now, we are now experiencing, or could be soon experiencing, a tropical storm making landfall in Southern California for the first time in 80 years. And while doing that, we have a 5.1 earthquake. I don't know what's next.
Well, hopefully that's it
Yeah,
for now.
I mean, next up
Right,
we're going to have
yeah.
frogs, boils, locusts. What
Yeah,
else
yeah.
could be coming?
But coming up here on Fox 11 at 4 o'clock, we're going to bring you live coverage of the update from LA Mayor Karen Bass. She is at the Emergency Operations Center where she's been much of this weekend. She'll bring you the very latest. We'll also hopefully get an update about LAUSD and if they plan to go to school tomorrow.
So the worst of the storm is actually still ahead. We're in that window now for the next 3 or 4 hours. This is when we expect to get the worst flooding. So from 4 o'clock on, we will be with you. And if anything major happens in between now and then, we will jump back on the air. I'm Alex Michelson with Marla Tejas. Stay safe. We'll talk soon. Wait.
0.0 magnitude earthquake, multiple aftershocks reported in Southern California. So residents there definitely need a brace for a lot of severe weather as we go on through the day. Very shocking, though.
With this quake, let's listen into that.
A foreshock sequence that seemed to have started Saturday morning. The largest one in that was only a 2.5, and it's been followed by quite a few aftershocks so far. It looks like 6 that are magnitude 3 or that are in the magnitude 3 range. Alan, you want to add about the fault, the potential fault?
Why don't you go ahead with that part and continue for a second?
Yeah, obviously this early, we don't know for certain what's faulted on. You confirm that by actually seeing it in the field. We don't know whether this would have been large enough to actually create a field expression. There are a lot of faults in the region. One is called the San Cayetano fault. It's capable of quite large earthquakes, and it seems to be the most likely association. The movement during the earthquake was what's called a thrust movement, with one side up and over the other. That's consistent with the San Cayetano fault.
And the other thing I would just add is we were really happy all systems were running as they should be despite the rains and whatnot. So we had a very positive outcome, I'd say, just the way that the network is running. No problems, everything working as it should.
And there was a shake alert warning that went out, right, Alan? Yeah,
in fact, I received that, the shake alert on my phone. So yes, I definitely heard it and then felt it a few seconds afterwards. So I got the warning ahead of time.
I didn't get to feel it. Okay. John, I think that's really sort of, unfortunately, at this early stage, that's the main information that we have. But why don't we facilitate some questions? And if you see the comment from John, raise your hand if you have questions. Oh,
just so
what we've got at this point, or you want to?
So we are listening to Dr. Lucy Jones as she's holding basically a Zoom for her followers, and we're picking that up live. So we couldn't actually ask her directly. Otherwise, we would have jumped in at that opportunity. What I learned from that is we don't know which fault this 5.1 magnitude quake shook on. Is—they're still looking into that. She said, though, that all in all, we have fared fairly well.
And that is also just sort of a reminder about how technology has changed in a pretty short period of time. You know, it wasn't that long ago where we would all send our camera crews to Caltech and set up for a press conference with her and dial in signals and wait, and we wouldn't hear from her for a long time. We're hearing from her within like a half hour of this earthquake hitting because she's able to get in front of her Zoom camera and jump right on. And also a testament to technology that shake alert app worked for a lot of folks, which is also something that we didn't have all that long ago as well.
Before we brought it back here, though, she said that she didn't feel it. I don't know if she was referring to the 5.1 or the aftershock.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know that. So hopefully we can follow up with Dr. Lucy Jones, seismologist there. She is our Southern California, the world's earthquake expert.
So with that, are we now going to return to regular programming. All right, we're going to take a moment to get our bearings. Hopefully you are as well. We'll see you at 4 o'clock, if not sooner, again with that press conference with Mayor Bass and hopefully an announcement about the future of LAUSD schools tomorrow. But look at that radar. Here it comes. We're about to get the worst of this.
Be safe.